Welcome to Just Get Up with Isaac for daily motivation. I hope that you have had a very great and impactful week, and I'm very happy to have you here today on this great and magnificent Friday. So I want to get right into this information today. I welcome you to episode 14, part 1 of How to Create Opportunities for Success. And this will be a 5-part series. For a second, use your imagination and picture someone on the side of the road. Their tire is on a flat and they're attempting to change their tire. But as you pass by this person, you notice that they're trying to change their tire with a hammer. Now, let me ask you this. How successful do you think they're going to be with attempting to change their tire with a hammer? Are there not better tools? Could they possibly change their tire with a hammer? Of course. But how efficient would it be? How long would it take? And it could possibly be impossible to use a hammer to change your tire. Now, the question is, why would someone use a hammer to change their tire when there are obviously so many other tools available that are way more efficient and that were properly designed for this particular task? The obvious answers are, for one, they're not aware. Two, they don't understand the process of changing a tire. This possibly may be their first time, or something possibly could be going wrong up here. So, however, think about this illustration and apply it to life. People aren't successful sometimes because they don't understand the process. They don't understand how to precisely or succinctly use the tools that are available, that everyone else who has embarked upon a particular task, a certain kind of task, for that particular construct or for that particular thing they want to do for success, everyone else has used similar tools to achieve that. So we must understand how to use the tools for success. So we're going to consider 4 points today. Our first point is understanding the process for success and understanding the individual process in what we are pursuing. Understanding the importance of expecting connections more so than anything. Thirdly, understanding the simple principle of asking. Number 4, understanding that consistency or discipline is extremely important if you're going to attain success. So before we discuss point number 1, I want you to remember the 5 domains of life, which are physical, spiritual, emotional, social, and cognitive. So when you think about success, you want to be balanced in all of those categories. You want to have good health. You want to have a good financial status. You want to have a good spiritual ideology, one that makes sense, one that succinctly makes sense, that can guarantee you a great future. You want to have a good emotional domain. You want to be happy. You want to have a good social domain. You want to have the right people in your life. So when you think about those 5 domains, define success for yourself. Don't always think about success as simply having a nice car, a big home. You can have all those things and still not be successful. We must understand that success must be for the good of others. We must recognize that, as the Bible states in Ecclesiastes, man has dominated man to his own injury. So we must leave that up to a higher power. So you are definitely guaranteed to be successful by using your own individuality and letting God guide your steps. And that is the key to success. But defining this for you, something that you purposely want to do. Because remember, you can't hit another person's goal, and you can't hit a target that you don't have. In order for you to feel complete, in order for you to feel worthy, and for you to feel competent, you must set your own goals. It must come from within, because that is one reason that people fail to feel happy. They're living their whole lives as representatives for someone else's dreams, for someone else's goals. So you must know yourself. So write a success philosophy. Start writing that right now and read it every day. So start asking yourself, what is success for me? And you want to look for this obvious hole in your heart, so to speak. Every time that you're asking about success, are you solely bringing glory to yourself? Are you only bringing glory to yourself? Is it all about you? We live in a world that's interdigitated or interconnected. Everything is connected. We must live our lives for the betterment of society and to give back to others and to help others. Whatever skills that you have, if there were no humans on this earth that could use your skills, then you couldn't make any money anyway. Or it wouldn't even matter. The value of it will go down. So remember one of my quotes: when your value goes up, your demand goes up. When your value goes down, your demand goes down. So always seek to become a person of value. So let's talk about point number one. This point is very important, and I understand it well. You have to understand the process of what you're pursuing. See, there's a process to success in itself, but there are a plethora of things in life to pursue, business related or whatever endeavors we want to attempt. These things have an individual process that has to be adhered to, and you can't manipulate it, especially if the process is proven. So if a process is proven, simply learn the process. Don't blame the process. For example, let's say an insurance company wants to close 5 car policies every month. And let's say their process is making 50 phone calls and talking to at least 5 people a day and sending 7 emails a day. And let's say that the process to achieve that, 50 phone calls, send 50 emails, and send out 50 brochures. And let's say that when everyone does this, they always end up with the ultimate goal, which is to have 5 car policies sold. Now, let's say that some people aren't doing that. Is it possible that they aren't making their 50 phone calls? Are they doing 35 as opposed to 50? Are they giving 100%? And let's say they are giving 100% and they're still not closing the deal. See, that would expose an issue with the person's execution. You see, when it comes down to understanding the process, you must recognize that it is always going to be 2 issues if you're not cashing in or if you're not producing the results that you're looking for. Either it's the process in itself, which that's normally not the issue, or it's the individual that's executing the process. You must also be aware that life is an evolving mechanism. Sales also is an evolving mechanism. Everything in life is sales. Everything. Artists, singers, whatever you're doing, you're selling yourself. So you must understand this. You must be willing to do a little more than what may be proven at that particular time, because life always changes. Maybe 40 or 50 phone calls was acceptable, but maybe now you may need to make 75. So sometimes you have to do a little more until your execution of the process improves, or the execution of the process can totally change. So develop this simple philosophy: go until the job is done. You see, you may have to do that until you understand the game. And also, as soon as you identify that you're using the wrong tools, change those tools. For example, if there are other people that are producing great results in what you want to do, just look at what they're doing. Don't keep implementing a solid game plan. Don't keep implementing a strategy that is obviously not as efficient. That isn't smart. Don't be the person that's trying to change a tire with a hammer. Simply use the tools that have already been proven. And if you think you have a better way to do it, start cogitating those ideas and come up with a new tool. But in the meanwhile, don't use tools that are causing you to work harder. So what is the process of your goals and dreams? Do you know? For example, if you want to be an author, do you know the process of becoming an author? You're going to experience setbacks by not thinking that way. It's not simple to just say, okay, I'm going to go write a book. There's things you have to do: writing a query letter, writing a book proposal, understanding literary agents, understanding what people are looking for. It has nothing to do with your talent if you don't understand the process. You must understand what works. So really identify the process. Learn the process of what you want to do. Don't just go out there. Learn the process and then go out there. So now you know that eventually you're going to get the things that you want. And it's encouraging because now you know you're just learning, and it's not a reflection of your individual skills. It's a simple fact that you just don't know what to do at that point. But here's what I can promise you. If you never step out there, if you never give it a try, so to speak, you'll never learn the process. And remember, I don't even believe in tries. Get the thing done because you can do it if there's something you truly want. Another thing that I want you to remember is you must expect connections. You see, so many people are expecting the wrong things. They're just expecting to make money. They're just expecting to be a billionaire overnight. They're expecting for people to hand them things. Make connections. This is how you make connections. For example, let's say I was selling personal training, and let's say that someone could not afford my packages. Now, I'm not going to negotiate my packages. That's number one. Know your value and stick to it. And also this varies because it depends on where you are in your career. Sometimes you may have to negotiate. But once you get to a certain point, there are no more negotiations. This is what I charge, pay it. And you have to know that. Now, you must also genuinely give people a service. For example, if they can't afford to pay you, still make a program for them, still give them some dietary tips as an example, and still check in with them once a month. Don't let that person go, because this person may know 100 more people that they can refer to you, and you've made a connection. They may get the money later on. See, that's how it works. Look to make a connection. The most important thing that you're looking to do in life is make connections, because it's other people that are going to be able to sponsor your goals and dreams. So you must understand that. Look to make connections. You make connections by always giving a service, understanding what people may or may not be able to do, and meeting them where they are. So check in on that person. Hey, I was just calling to see how things are going. Always come up with something where the person still has to come back to you, and be genuine about it. Know their names, know their kids, know their family. Just get to know them. Personal connections. And you'll be amazed how a year later, even if that person can't afford your service, they refer 5 people to you. It always works. So apply this concept in every aspect of life. Look to make connections. Make connections. Network. But don't have a cheesy salesman mentality. Just be a good person. Find out about people. Be interested in people. That is the key to creating opportunities for success. I'm not proposing a myth to you. I'm proposing a solution that is a fact-based. This is a fact-based solution to problems. Understand what I'm saying? Thirdly, you have to ask. As simply as that sounds, and as simple as that sounds, it's that simple. Mark chapter 11, verse 24, Jesus says, ask and have faith that you will receive, and you will get it. He didn't say that you might get it. Now, we still have to do the work behind it, the scenes, but simply ask people for what you need. So if you're in a hole or if you're stuck, go find the people that can answer the questions that you need in order for you to be successful. This is creating an opportunity for success. And don't automatically think that they won't help you. And don't settle for 5 or 10 people that you're going to ask this question to. Go ask 100 people in that field. Hey, look, how do I get started doing this? Or what's the process for this? Ask, and people will help you. It may not be the first 50 people. It may be the subsequent 50. But you must ask, and you must do this repeatedly. And asking isn't always talking to someone directly. It could be doing research, getting on the internet, going to the library, anything. Just simply observing things. That's another form of asking, because the way will be shown to you. And the last point that I want to talk about is being consistent. You have to be consistent. Consistency is everything. So you must be consistent when you don't feel like it. You must be consistent when traumatic things happen in your life. You must be consistent when you don't have the money. You must be consistent. There's always a way to show consistency. For example, let's say I normally work out an hour and a half. But let's say I don't have an hour and a half. Let's say I only have 15 minutes that day. I'm going to do something for 15 minutes. The point is to get something done. Because in all honesty, it's not that doing something is better than nothing. It's the efficiency of what you do in those 15 minutes. You see, for example, a squat is better than a leg extension. So if I only have 15 minutes and let's say I'm doing legs, I'm going to do the more effective exercises that activates my metabolism more, that makes me sweat faster, that recruits more muscle fibers. I'll do a multi-joint exercise, such as a squat, as opposed to leg extensions, which only isolates one muscle, although it's a four-headed muscle. You see what I'm saying? You have to strategically know how to implement the best practices given the time that you may or may not have. Understand those things. So remember the importance of making connections. That's what it's about. Seek connections and nothing else. Just be a good person. Another thing is learning the process. Learn the process of success in itself, but learn the individual proven process of the construct or the field that you want to master. Understand it, know it, be a master. Thirdly, simply ask. Mark 11:24. Look up that Bible verse. It's powerful. Fourth, understand the process of simply and adequately implementing the things that you need to do for success, such as being consistent. You must simply implement this consistency process and do it with a high degree of adequacy. So be consistent. Don't stop. Keep your regimen going. And I want to end with this illustration. If you're not familiar with a Chinese bamboo tree, I want to talk about it. So it takes a Chinese bamboo tree 5 years to grow. And once it breaks ground, in 6 weeks, it begins to break ground after 5 years. And in 6 weeks, it grows to 90 feet tall. Now, if at any point as you're watering and growing a Chinese bamboo tree, if you forget to water it or provide it with the proper fertilization, it won't grow. See, the question is, does the Chinese bamboo tree grow 90 feet tall in 5 years or 6 weeks? The question to that answer, or the answer to that question, is that it grows 90 feet tall in 5 years, not 6 weeks. Because if at any point you stop watering this Chinese bamboo tree, let's say you stop watering during year number 2, it will never break the ground. So you can't see what's going on, but the process is developing. There are results that are being produced. So you must see the process all the way through. So understanding the process of a bamboo tree, it wouldn't be smart not to water it every day. I should expect to do this for 5 years before it actually breaks the ground. So we must also understand the process of knowing how long this is may or may not take, but also understanding that we're going to finish the process. So just like that Chinese bamboo tree, you must continue to water your seeds as far as the good leaves you're planting. You must continue to be consistent. You must continue to lift the weights. You must continue to change your strategy. You must continue to do the things that you're supposed to do until you're producing the results that you want to see. So remember that. You are capable. You are unstoppable. You are phenomenal. So you must understand the process of creating success opportunities. And the first thing that you must remember is success starts with you. The better mindset that you have, the better you're going to understand what I'm saying, and the more you're going to seek the things that you need. Be success and you will become successful. So I welcome you back next week for episode 15, part 2 of how to create opportunities for success. Remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get ready for my book that's coming out next month. Just Get Up and Manifest Your Inner Genius. And also spread the word about this and continue to be great. This has been Isaac Miller, your spoken word artist, fitness trainer, and motivational speaker and sales coach. Have a great weekend. Thank you.